a lot of people up there.
I think that there will be allegations outside of court that the prosecutors have misused their discretion and have filed this case for political reasons. There already have been lots of allegations of that kind. There may also be an allegation of that kind in court because it is unconstitutional for a prosecutor to file charges based on the political party of the defendant. The standards for rejecting an indictment on those grounds require proof from the defense that this is a charge that prosecutors have chosen not to file against similarly situated defendants, which will be a difficult burden for Trump to satisfy in this case. Despite all the noise, there's no evidence suggesting that this is a political prosecution. There's no evidence suggesting that there are other people who committed similar offenses that Manhattan prosecutors decided not to prosecute. One possible area of legal uncertainty has to do with whether the Manhattan District Attorney can charge Trump with a felony for falsifying records, with the intent of covering up or furthering a federal campaign finance violation, which news reports have suggested may be the basis of the indictment. New York law makes it a felony to falsify business records to further or conceal another felony. But we haven't seen a case where a federal campaign financing offense has been used as the basis for that sort of a charge. And it's possible that for some reason or another, a court would decide that that's not within the proper use of the New York criminal statute.
I think one of the most interesting things is we're at this point now where all of the key witnesses in this case have given their story so many times before, right? They've spoken to the press in many instances. They've spoken to federal investigators. Some of them, they've spoken to state investigators. And so by the time they testify at any trial, there's a lot of prior statements that they have made. And so Trump's team is going to be able to do a lot of damage with that because there is likely inconsistencies in those statements along the way. And Trump's team will take advantage of those inconsistencies to try to impeach those witnesses.
His reaction is not surprisingly resilient and strong. He has been obviously hearing the rumors, as all of Americans have, that this witch hunt, as he calls it, would be coming to fruition. We had hoped that that wouldn't be the case. Unfortunately, we learned, because the DA is not communicating or being transparent as they normally would through the press. So when we understood that there was an indictment, he took it. He, I think, was disappointed in the state of our country, as he has been for the past couple years, frankly. And this is just another example of how we need to take back the White House.
Very unusual situation that's taking place. And again, legal scholars can't believe what they're witnessing. And yet, after going over 11 million pages of documents, I built a great company. They've got nothing. They've got nothing. Think of it. 11 million pages. And my tax returns on top of it, and they're a big return. It probably makes me...
Donald Trump is expected to turn himself in to authorities in Manhattan on Tuesday. Once he does that, he will be fingerprinted and he will have a mugshot taken. He will not be the first politician to ever have a mugshot taken, even though he's the first former president, current or former president, to be indicted and to face a serious criminal case. But other politicians in the past have sort of used their mugshots almost as an act of defiance and a moment of political triumph to try and show that they're innocent and they're the target of political witch hunts or political forces that are sort of out to get them.
I'm from the UK, and from where we're watching from, I think it's reassuring that there appears to be one rule of law for everybody. If he's innocent, then he has a chance to prove his innocence in a court, and if he's guilty, he'll have to deal with it, I guess.
I think the justice system is kind of flawed. It has been the whole time. So, we're just finding out firsthand from an ex-president what it's really about.
I think it's all political scheme. I think it's a ploy to try to not get him to run for presidency again.
Guys do, so thank you.
Not an easy job these days.
I think it's mostly political. I mean, how are we going to keep a president under security with his security in a jail cell? And I don't know. I just think there's more important things in this country now that need to be focused on than chasing Trump. Like him or not. I think there's just more valuable things that can be done with our time.
Mixed feelings, because I'm glad that he got indicted, but also what does that say about our country that he would be able to be president and this is the outcome? He's a criminal, and he's the one that was leading our country. How devastating.